Hello Internet, it's I the Roshi, and I'm back with another reaction, this time reacting to some Honkai Star Rail character trailers. And yeah, this has been an idea for quite some time, back when there were 10 of them. Now there are 39 currently at the time of this recording, and you know what that means? This is going to be a pretty long video. Other than that, this is also the official playlist on their YouTube. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, the first trailer is March 7th.
Whoa. I'm gonna take pictures of everything that's new to me. That way I won't forget about them. Huh? Hey, wait for me! Ooh, huh? Huh? Pom-Pom's gonna love this. Hey, over there. It's... You guys came for the snapshot, huh? Take this! These poses. Don't you know how to look good for the camera? Well, here's your chance to learn from the best. Say cheese! So, what do you think? Hey, focus! Smile! I'm gonna keep our first photo, alright?
All right. So, oh boy, before we move on to the next one, just some things that I want to talk about with about March, because I mean, I do have things to say about March. I do. I simply do. So, yeah, man. Okay. When I first started playing Honkai Star Rail, I can't remember if I said this in my intro already. I got through Bellabog, and that was it. I didn't really carry on beyond that when I stopped the game. But I got to see plenty of March 7th as we were playing. And in the very, very beginning, I thought March 7th was going to be annoying. I thought she was going to piss me off. But as I continued to play more, she became one of my more favorite characters. I don't know what it is. Sure, maybe it's because I have a thing for pink hair and whatever, but that's not the point. That's not the point. I also really like her voice as well. I believe the actress also voices Seele as too. So I mean, she's very good at what she does. For a moment there, I thought the video was going to set itself up for a loop because of how it kind of started with her spinning her camera, and how there was a scene towards the end where she was spinning her camera the exact same way. And I thought it was just going to kind of lead into something a little more for some reason that was just going to blow my mind. Not necessarily the case, but yeah. I don't really know a lot about her backstory other than that she was found encased in ice and doesn't really have a memory of what happened before that, at least when I was playing the game. Maybe that's been revealed since then. But, oh man, that's just... It's a little heartbreaking, especially when in the beginning she's talking about, you know, I'm gonna take pictures to make sure I remember everything. And it's all said very cheerfully, but you know why she's doing it and saying it, because she has lost her memories before. I'm assuming she didn't take pictures before this. This is a very new hobby, in a way that's rooted to some kind of fear, right? So I've said this a few times before in my Genshin Impact reactions, but just with characters in general and people, sometimes the happiest of people and characters are actually also some of the saddest. There's a reason why they're happy, because they know what it's like to be absolutely miserable, right? Yeah, so I think March is a great character. I love the animations that she has for her maybe it's a different word, but I'm going to say her ultimate or her burst. I always thought that was cool. It pained me to eventually speed up animations when I was playing, just because I was trying to make videos out of it, and I'm sure people were getting annoyed watching the full-on animations the whole time. But hers were great. I enjoyed them. I also like ice characters, cryo characters in general. I kind of lean towards them. But yeah, March 7th, what can I say? I like the character. All right, moving on.
Keep up. I move at my own tempo. Sound waves like dynamite and signals sky high. Strings of thunder make
She just gets a music video. All right. I'll be honest, I never really used this character too much. She's cool though. I liked her in the story when she did pop up. I really like how they showed her character trailer here, at least how it's presented with the smears of paint, and you have that like comic book like this texture. I always forget the name of this. But yeah, and like chopping up her silhouette and stuff, just all the smears and very bright, very neon looking. Looks cool. I'm a fan of that. It kind of looks like what Genshin Impact has been doing more recently with their character trailers with Natlin related stuff. But this is way back. Compared to Natlin stuff. But yeah, even shots like this with the rim lighting on the silhouette, that's cool. Yeah, this was very visually pleasing to me. Although I don't really... Like I said, the character was all right in the story. She was cool. Playing wise, didn't really care. How she's visually presented here, just awesome. Look at this. That is so freaking cool. All right. Awesome. Let's keep moving. That was Serval.
It's hard to...
This is Bailu. This is a character I have not seen in the game at all, but apparently they're there.
It's hard to stay cool in this dry weather. External heat needs inner cooling. Internal heat needs outer soothing. And if you're still not sure, there's more than one here.
Lady Bailu found her!
Again? How did they find me? Please die!
Healer lady?
Although... No issues. So to solve the problem, doing my job right. Time to show you what's in your prescription. Alright, time to go back.
Okay. Oh, there's something else. Hold on. She was chasing her tail. Now I'm concerned. All right. So this is a character that I have not seen in the game at all. I'm sure there is some kind of quest, perhaps a side quest or something. I know that there are some characters in Honkai Star Rail that don't really get the limelight, but I feel like she's one of them. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. Perhaps she shows up after Belobog and whatever. That's fine. It was cute. I mean, she hurt people and then she healed them. Great. And apparently, I guess she's a dragon? I feel like that'd be some kind of significance to something, but anyway, I don't know. It was all right. I did like this though. I do like this water effect and like how her name showed up. It's very cute art. I'll say that. That's just evil. That's just an evil face right there. And that's just the complete opposite. Yeah. Okay. And like I said, this concerns me. I don't... Girl, you're not a dog. What the hell? All right. Let's move on to this one. This guy... Yanqing? Might have messed that up. I don't believe I saw them either. They might have been mentioned, but I don't think I've seen them in the game either. Let's check it out.
Swordsmanship isn't just about maintaining your skills. You have to put them to the test if you want to learn something new. So, if you're not busy today, want to go a few rounds? Lawfu Cloud Knight Lieutenant Yanqing, reporting for duty. No matter the opponent, a clash of swords is all I need to get ahead. Strong adversaries make for strong improvements. Blade and flight! Ha! Not bad. You did better than most. Swords descend! That's it for today's practice. Sword sheathed.
Okay, one thing that I really did like about this is that I imagine they were showing parts of the burst animation and maybe some of the skill stuff, or just in general they were showcasing that kind of thing. Guy's got moves. He's got moves. There's something about characters who have the multiple swords, that they're able to control these multiple swords and attack with them and do crazy stuff with that. Blades in general. I always thought that was just a really cool character concept when it comes to when a character's in combat or whatever that is. I think the first time I was witness to something like that was when I used to play Blaze Blue. There was a character, I can't remember, was their name Nu or N or something like that? It's like, and there's a couple of versions of them, but it's like the chick and she has like all these blades around her and she'd like just kind of throw them out and it'd be crazy stuff, or have them like come from the sky or from the ground, and like it reminds me of that, and I just remember like, yeah, that looks insane. I really like that. I feel like this is a character, and I could be wrong, that's not really used much. From the things that I have seen from Honkai Star Rail, it's another person that no one really talks about, it seems. There's other people there. Not that that matters. And I'm going to actually stop bringing that up in these character trailers because I'm sure that's going to be the case for a lot of them. Yeah, and I'm not trying to insult the trailer itself or naysay the character by any means. Was just relating it to my familiarity. I remember seeing his face. I remember hearing his name. But that's pretty much all I got. From after this point, I'm not going to really bring that up anymore, or at least try not to. I thought this was cool, seeing his reflection in his blade. I thought that was an awesome scene, how it just kind of like flicked, and then he saw his reaction in it. Yeah, all right. Cool trailer. Let's move on. We got Himeko.
There are endless possibilities and unknowns among the stars. Our journey is the process of pulling apart the threads of possibility to seek the final truth. I am Himeko, the navigator. Welcome to the Astral Express. The Express doesn't have a clear destination because every passenger's destination is unique. I'm sure we're about to embark on a fascinating journey together. I have something for you. Combat is a series of precise machinations, one at a time. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. I'm no exception. Trailblazing means that every step we take is a step closer to the stars. That is my answer. And your trailblazing journey has just begun.
Wow. Okay. One thing I need to apologize, guys. I know I've been probably getting railed in the comments already. I forgot to put on closed captions. My bad. I'll try to have that there in the future. Okay. But let's talk about Himeko. I thought this was one of the most insane things that I saw when I was playing the game. Seeing this made me just... Whew. Yup. That's wild. I also really like this quote because it makes me think. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. Well, yeah, Himeko's cool. I thought her weapon was nuts. How it's like a briefcase drone buzzsaw, and then later just an orbital strike to wipe out like 3 guys in front of you. Her design is great as well. I don't know. She, what's the word I'm looking for? She has like a borderline, like, I don't know. She's a very nice dress. It feels very like, I don't know, like Greek or maybe like Roman Empire or like toga. Like there's something there. And then she's got her cool like captain's, for lack of a better word. I know she's not the captain, but she's got the cool jacket, you know, behind her, over her shoulders. Oh, she's a very cool character, with interesting gadgets, and who just knows that they're a badass, and I respect it. All right, moving on. All right, this guy. I don't know how to say his name. I know I constantly mess up. Is it Gepard? Gepard? Jeopardy? Gepard? I want to say Gepard. We're going to find out.
I'm a captain of the Silver Mane Guards. To serve the Supreme Guardian is my responsibility and my honor. Belobog is this planet's last bastion. And the Silver Mane Guards are Belobog's indestructible shield. You will know justice! This ends here. I'm here to the end. Only by becoming a shield for the people is one worthy of the title Architect. Trust must never be betrayed. Hopes must never be squandered.
All right, so there's something else.
Strikes riding off the wall. Let yourself fall into it all.
Yep. I like that. The good character work, showing that he's all about his job, you know, like protecting the people. Very heroic. You got your he's a blueberry Boy Scout, and that's fine. That's great. But then you have that very human moment of him that is just him listening to his music and you know, he's just kind of vibing. I appreciate it. I like it when they throw little moments like that with these characters. I guess they did so with Bailu as well, with her chasing her tail, but that was more like a why rather than something that I actually thought was kind of... It's a different kind of wholesome, I guess. Anyway. Yeah, they didn't say his name, so I'm just going to say Gepard still. My bad. If that's wrong, my bad. If it's right, I know, obviously, duh. This guy, yeah. I remember him from when I played, and he seemed alright. I remember how strict he was, but that makes sense for what he did, right? How much of a enforcer he was supposed to be and all that jazz. And yeah, we got a little sight of Bronya there, who I imagine will be coming up relatively soon. And I think what I liked most about this guy's character trailer was his music. Even though Serval had a very rock thing and she was singing, he also had that very rock and roll background too, which I very much enjoyed. But okay, let's move on to the next. We have Seele.
Here they come again.
Quick, don't let her get away. It's a dead end. She's done.
Making trouble on Wildfire's territory? You guys got a lot of nerve. Still here? I'm afraid things just got complicated. Sometimes a sharp blade is the only way to get people to come to their senses. Did I ask for your help?
Looks like you could use it. Let's make this quick.
Don't tell me what to do.
There's always a weakness.
How about this move?
Now for the one that slipped through the net.
Stop holding me back, overworlder. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Wow. Okay. Now, I'm be honest with you. That felt like a Seele and Bronya trailer which would make sense now that I know context from Honkai Impact 3rd and those references that are being made here. But I have to look. I guess so. It doesn't look like Bronya gets one, which is a little shocking that they wouldn't have their own, like, their separate things. But it's fine, I guess. That was still cool. I guess I'll talk a little bit about both of them, I suppose. Yeah. I like Seele's weapon. I like how she's got a scythe. The butterfly motif returning in this is also great. Bronya, I have to say, Bronya was my favorite unit that I had when I was playing, because unlike Genshin, when I pulled on the standard banner, I think like it was one of my first pulls, I think she was like the 5th pull I made. Not the 5th pull. I did like 1 or 2 10 pulls. I can't remember. 1 or 2 10 pulls, and I got her. And it's like the first time I ever received a character early in a gacha game. Let alone like just like a 5-star or whatever you want to call the ranking. So I was very, very hyped about that. I think there's a video of that somewhere on my channel when I was doing Honkai Star Rail stuff. But yeah, she was awesome. I liked her abilities. And she was pretty much in my team the majority of the time when I was playing. She's a very cool character. Love her design, all that stuff. I know this is a Seele thing, and I'm talking about Bronya, but you know, it's fine. Yeah, I like it, and I like the story that they have when they're in the underworld. I thought that was really cool, finding about her past, how they're connected, and all that stuff. It was a very wholesome moment and a cool little turning point for this character to do what she had to do afterwards. Yeah. And there's just so much cool symbolism with them both, especially Seele with the butterflies and all that jazz. Yeah, I could go on and on. 2 very, very cool characters. All right. Jing Yuan.
So, have you decided yet?
Your turn, General.
Bold indeed. Kids these days. A little too naive. It is a warrior's game. Singular encounters with endless possibilities. This is how to secure victory. Time for the master stroke. Radiant spirits heed my will. Show no mercy. Have you memorized all that?
Yes, General.
Very good. But only when you've forgotten it will you be ready.
What? So then... Huh? General, you're stealing pieces again!
Okay. Jing Yuan seems to be a really cool guy. I think we're in territory that I no longer know about. I never met this guy in the game. One thing I do know about this character, I do know two things about this character. One is that he has the same voice actor as Sino in Genshin Impact. I believe that's this guy, who is also Sayu, a VTuber, and has done a bunch of other YouTube stuff way before that as himself. But yeah, great voice. Sounds amazing. Really cool looking character. Love the music to it. The traditional Chinese feel is awesome. I couldn't help but think of like Liuwa stuff because that's also based off of China. But just the traditional instruments and things like that, and how that orchestra builds over the course of this trailer. Very nice. The other thing I know about this character, or I think I know about this character, is that apparently they're not that great anymore. I've heard some people talk about that. Seen some things online when I was playing Honkai Star Rail. Recently I heard that they have like a big power creep problem in general, like more so than ever before. And this guy is severely affected by it, which is very unfortunate. Not that I think meta matters too much. However, at the same time, I know at Honkai Star Rail it's different because end game content is important for farming materials and stuff. So it does kind of matter a little bit more so there than it does in other games like Genshin. But yeah, regardless, since I don't necessarily care about the gameplay, this guy is still pretty up there in my book because that was awesome. So many cool visuals. The guy's a badass, awesome voice, and there's a sense of humor to him as well with taking the game piece at the end and stuff. So yeah, really cool character. Great design as well. In general, I think I said that already, but let me say just like specifically, I like the color palette, how it's whites and some and darker tones, and then there's like a hint of green. There's some hints of red. Yeah, I don't know. He looks very regal, if that's the right word I want to use. Anyway, cool stuff. Let's move on. Okay. Now Silverwolf. I do remember Silverwolf as a playable character, and I remember Silverwolf in the very beginning of the game. I think Silverwolf was one of the only story quests that I did when I was playing as well. So this will be interesting to see. That's funny.
As for missions, I can do this in my sleep. Whatever. Let's get this over with. The Antimatter Legion? Interesting. Let's see. Just a couple of small fry. But I don't mind an easy mode run. I guess I can play a while. Warm-ups over. Easier than I thought. Why do
that's cool.
levels make the most noise? wanna beat me? Come back in a century. All done.
Yep, she has her bounty. Okay, so Silver Wolf. I remember them mentioning Silver Wolf in Honkai Impact 3rd when I did that reaction very briefly. So this is another one of those characters. I imagine like a parallel of that character, as Hoyoverse does. We don't need to get too into that right now because that is not what matters at the moment. But a lot of cool visuals here with the phasing in and out in a very digital way. The very arcade text all over the place. That's great. I don't know why she was talking so much shit. She lost the game she was playing, so no, I kidding. But yeah. And let's see. Yeah, people were pausing here to see what Kafka was talking about with her, so let's see. Was she actually playing Honkai Impact 3rd? Because that would be a really cool reference if she was. Anyway, yeah, Kafka, you there, darling? Hello, you there? Yeah. Nope. And then she just like ignores her. Yep, that's funny. They have a good dynamic, those two characters, from what I saw when I was doing it. From her gameplay, I think I was... what was it from her gameplay? I think... Didn't she have the ability to remove like defenses or something like that? I'm not entirely sure. She made it easier for you to destroy stuff. That's about it. This was one of my favorite moments in her trailer that we saw. Some missile, whatever, firing at her from behind, and she immediately, just without even looking, throws up a shield behind her. So cool. I love stuff like that. Such a badass move. Okay. Yeah. Just overall a very entertaining trailer. I really like that game arcade aesthetic that she had. It was a combination of like arcade and hacker stuff, which is what she is essentially all about from what I saw. She also has... Is she wearing the power glove? Not quite. For a second there, I thought she had like that old school power glove. I think it was called the power glove, like that Nintendo made. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up like Nintendo gaming glove or whatever. I don't know. Thing was insane looking. Anyway, yeah, cool. Let's move on. Okay, Luocha. Maybe when I was thinking of Jing Yuan, maybe it's Luocha I was thinking about when I talked about characters that were no longer, that like kind of unfortunately fell off really hard. I don't know if it was Jing Yuan, sorry, I'm mispronouncing his name, or if it was Luocha. Not entirely sure. And I'm not trying to start a debate in the comics. I honestly don't care. I'm here for the aesthetic. These characters look amazing. So whether or not they're good in game isn't a big deal anymore. At least not to me. To those who take the game very seriously, I'm sorry and I hope it gets better for you. But anyway, let's check out Luocha. The Traveler and His Oath.
The days and years pass us like the wind. But the warning before the journey still rings in my ears. Guard your road. Remember your oath. Out among the stars, the undercurrent swells beneath the tide. Though I am but a traveling merchant, I too am bound by rules. That which has been lost will be reclaimed. That which is seized must be repaid. Fear not. Eternal sleep is not the end. The dead will return. It's hard for a wanderer to find rest in this world. But I still need a pair of eyes to witness your promise.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh my god, that's crazy. That's actually kind of insane. Yeah. Yeah, okay. This, I don't know if I, oh, how do I even want to say this, guys? How do I even want to say this? Okay, first off, the music for Luocha's trailer is by far my favorite of what we've witnessed so far between just all of them that I've experienced thus far. Something about there's that digital contortion, but the foundation is a lot of just like the string instruments, like the violin. Like I am a sucker when it comes to piano and violin. And when you do something like that with it, that like neurons activate. So very cool. I also like the theme of when the concept of death is a theme for things. I find that very interesting. This character seems to be all about that. They use a sword, like a saber, almost like a saber, or not quite a rapier, but definitely a saber of sorts. Also one of like my favorite kinds of like historical weapons. They have a very cool design. And the thing that people I know are going to be probably screaming in the comments is what that part in the very freaking beginning. This? Are you kidding me? Like, if you know, you know. That's a straight up auto reference. I mean, he looks like him. So this is like another parallel thing to that. That's oh man, that's wild. I would not have been able to. If I watched this the other way around, I don't know if I would have caught that. If I watched it the other way around, like if I didn't see the Honkai Impact 3rd stuff first. And I'm usually not someone who likes to do that either, and I'm sure it's going to annoy some Honkai Star Rail people, so I'm sorry. I'm not trying to say that these characters are exactly the same, other than Welt, because that's been kind of confirmed. But it's just what I appreciate. I'm just saying I appreciate it. I like that kind of thing. I think it's a cool, at the very least, it's a cool nod to something, right? That's all. That's why I reacted the way I did. and because I watched that other stuff fairly recently, and I was able to recognize something, and I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of people that would point it out anyway. So that's cool. That's an awesome thing that they did there. And Hoyoverse, you know them. They do a bunch of stuff that's very intentional. A lot of the time subtle, but also very intentional. That not everyone is going to pick up right away. Or pick up at all, especially if you don't have context for other things. Not saying you would need it for Luocha, but I mean, he is talking about death and how it's not, you know, the end of the path and all that stuff, and it's a whole thing. So I'm sure there's all sorts of theories. I love how he kind of just disappears in the crowd over here. That's cool. But yeah, and then there's like this is also very Yep. Okay, we're just gonna move on. I love this. This was probably my favorite character trailer thus far. I liked a lot of the other ones for various reasons. This had a lot of things that I liked right out the gate. Awesome character design, like his weapon of choice, the theme around death and reincarnation and all that stuff, or however you want to word that. Like, that is also very appealing to me. The music is just the earworm that I prefer. And then the other references made that I am just unable to get over at this moment. Great color scheme as well. Just the white and black. And then with just like the green or teal fabric that he has hanging off of him here and there. They're nice accents. It's very, if I'm gonna get symbolic with it, because I do that sometimes, as far as character design goes, he is a lot of monotone like colors. He is very pale. He's wearing dark underclothes with dark trim, but like a white overcoat. He's got pale blondish hair. He's got pale eyes. But so his and then there's like the gold as well on him. These colors don't necessarily pop. They're more on the monotone side, but then you have the splashes of green, and green can be associated to all sorts of things. It can be associated to the emotion of envy, but it can also be associated with life and nature. So this guy, in for the most part a monotone color scheme or lack of color, holding these flowers which look like lilies, which is also a flower of death. I'm not exactly sure if that's the exact same thing. It's probably some equivalent of such. And then to have these strips of green here and there, it speaks so much. It's probably also one of my favorite designs so far. Other than, who else did I like? Jing Yuan was cool. March 7th was great too. March 7th is still up there. Anyway, let's move on. As far as male characters go, this guy's taking it. Okay. All right, this is Blade. I remember hearing about Blade. I haven't seen him in game. Not that I've seen the last few characters. Oh, it's that flower. Okay. Wanted dead or alive, huh?
My sword will be the last thing you see. They declare me guilty. Yet their sin is greater. fallen too far for their lofty Xianzhou ships.
Ooh, wow.
Until your sin is cleansed, my vengeance will pursue you.
Okay. Yeah. So that's Dan Hyung. Dan Han? I can't remember his name. Good old Dan. That's Dan. Or some version of Dan. I think he had like some alternate version later on, which I didn't get to see yet, but that's a thing. Yeah, okay, there we go. There's an image of the guy. Yeah, Blade. Death approaches. What can I say other than that he is the epitome of Edge itself? Not saying that's a bad thing. They definitely knew what they wanted to do with this character, and they delivered on that. They made a character. His color scheme is very dark. This video was about him like being wanted, dead or alive, hunting down people, fighting, getting wrecked, fighting harder, being ominous. His name is Blade. There is not a single person in this entire world that can tell me he is not edgy. They are making this character to sell him for the sake of Edge. He's awesome. Of course, he's awesome. Every 15-year-old wants to be this guy. It's true. Hell, I'd be this guy. Except maybe not, because he sounds like he's kind of tormented a little bit. He's got some stuff going on. I don't know how I'd feel about that. Probably wouldn't like that kind of thing. But yeah, like that's just a red screen. It's very cool. It's definitely the same feeling I got from when I watched Xiao's animated short. Not his teaser or his demo, but there was another one that they made. I can't remember what it was called, but it was about him and his karmic bonds and how he's just a tormented guy. Well, I guess in his demo they show that too. They show his restraints. It gives me that vibe when they switch to that, and he's just kind of like, I'm suffering internally. And it's like, yep, very similar vibes. Yeah, I know this is a very cool moments here. He's got the bandages on the hands, and yeah, I don't know, cool character. Just looking at him, it speaks for itself. That's I missed it. I love these scenes, like what they change up the colors, where just pure red. The other one was white and red. Just very quick flash throughs of that. There's a version of him here with gray hair. That's something. This is cool. And I love the flowers, which I know is like the flower that they use for death in at least China. I believe it's that flower. But yeah, cool stuff. This was a badass one. just lots of blacks, reds, grays, monotone stuff, but that red does pop and it makes you like go wow. It makes you go wow. All right. Moving on. Oh man, the next one is Kafka. All right. Kafka time.
All units, target spotted, target spotted!
Kafka's a character I wanted, but I never got to pull for.
Stick to the plan, shoot on sight! I repeat, shoot on sight!
Oh.
Don't be afraid. Listen to me. Wasn't it you who invited me?
Oh, the freaking music. Jeez.
The silk is too fragile to be a threat. Unless you're more fragile than the silk. Case in point.
Ooh. Oh my god.
Destiny has thousands of faces. Why does it choose to wear this one? Stealing a glance. Now then, where are you hiding? Sooner or later, the curtain has to fall. As for the ending, wanna take a guess? Heads or tails? What's your answer?
I don't know. Oh, wow. Okay. Kafka is incredible. How they open up Honkai Star Rail with her is freaking fantastic. That you get to play as her too for that moment. Oh man, she is so freaking cool. And I just noticed that she kind of has like a cobweb thing. She's sort of very spider-like, and people laying into her trap, and then she just quickly takes them all out. Before, earlier on, I might have said that March 7th Burst or Ultimate was my favorite. I take it back because I forgot about Kafka's. I remembered March's because she was in my party and I used her a lot. Kafka I only got to use a couple times, but I think she has one of the best burst animations in the game. It is so freaking good. It's awesome. Yeah. That hallway scene of her just moving through people and the ticking of the clock, the burst of flower petals when she's just taking these people out. Bam, like look at that. The freaking kick, and they used, wow, okay. They're using character models here, but they're using squash and stretch? No, they're not using squash and stretch. For those who are unfamiliar, I know I've explained this a few times before, but no, I don't think they're using squash and stretch. Squash and stretch, for those who don't know, is when you normally you have a character and they have to stick to, they don't have to, but they have, you know, there's a model that illustrators, the animators usually try to stick to. But when you want to really sell a motion, you need to over exaggerate the motion. So parts of the character may become thin, stretched out, might get like bigger, bulbous, whatever that is, for the sake of that feeling. So, for example, if you are animating a bouncing ball, when the ball is moving, quickly away from one person to another, if they were passing it, the round ball would actually be drawn more like an oval. It would be stretched out. And then when it meets the other person's hands, it would be flattened and stretched, like kind of like smushed in another direction before it returns back to its natural shape. And that's showing the speed of it. And it's a way to use less frames. I thought for this kick, they were stretching and thinning her leg, but it's just from the the action lines and eye candy that they're using. That's kind of like covering a lot of her leg in the process. So they didn't really go off model for her here. I just thought they did for a second, and I was almost very impressed. But I am still impressed with what they're doing here. This is crazy. This looks, yeah. This whole entire scene is, yeah. She has a lot of like spider motif stuff going on. But yeah, she's got a great design. I love how it's not just spider, but it's almost, I mean, it is, but it's almost like broken glass. They do a lot with breaking glass and stuff. Or even painted glass. Feels good. You were expecting me to finish that sentence? I'm not going to do it. We're going to move on to the next character.
Scion of permanent.
Okay, so this is Dan Heng. He's a character you get at the beginning. I think when he was in Blade's trailer, we saw an alternate version of him. So yeah, I knew that was a thing because you couldn't escape the load game screen or whatever when that version was out and they were showing this character off. So I imagine that becomes a thing where characters get alternate versions of themselves. So here we go. Let's see what this is all about.
A scion of permanence.
Imbibed of Ruan Mei, successor of the Azure Dragon, commander of the clouds and the rain, tasked with watching over the ambrosial arbor. In reckless arrogance, invoked the transmutation arcanum.
Guilty of unpardonable sins. Punishable by death.
What?
The consequences are mine to bear. Fantilia, if you wish to obstruct me, you'll have to do better. You're flawed.
Damn.
Celestial Dragon, wake.
So, you now presume redemption is within your grasp.
I stand here to fight for a new life. Delve hidden moon, world cleansing dragon.
Do you really think you have a choice this time? I'm waiting.
Man, guy didn't have an answer for her. Then again, I didn't have an answer for Kafka when she asked me heads or tails, so I mean, valid. Yeah, Dan Heng got a bit of an upgrade here, it seems. He's got dragons and all sorts of cool stuff. I I'm sure this makes sense in the game, but it really does feel like jumping the shark a bit. But that's just to me because I don't know the context as to why he has this form, but it sounds like he's had a deal with someone for quite some time. I know people express that, or some people express that they don't like Don after a certain point in the game. Maybe that's what this is related to. Maybe he had to fulfill some kind of deal and we're not super happy with the choices he made. That's just my guess. I don't know. But his design looks cool. I'm very interested in this part of the story. That seems kind of nuts. This is a crazy environment. Guy's just floating in the air with some dragons swirling around him. You got some crazy trees, and the sky has parted with the heavens shining down, and it's essentially challenging him. Do you really think you have a choice this time? Man. Very, very cool and dramatic. That's something. I imagine that other characters had a similar transformation to this. I think March actually gets one at one point, which I missed out on, I think, but yeah. It's cool that they do that. I like it. Also, the art, once again, beautiful. And I really like how this dragon is showing up, how it's kind of like, blurred in the background and in the foreground because we're focusing on him. But when it comes on in, it's not just, I don't know, like the line art is white. So it pops against the black background. And it has this glow to it in some areas, but still this shade as it's further into the dark. It's stylistically very nice. All right, let's move on to the next. Xuan.
Fallen petals bed the ground. All is preordained. And what is seen through the omniscia is destined to be realized. Now that all elements of the past have taken their places, the future sits within my reach. As clear as daylight. Woes of many morphed to one. Nova burst. Shown by hearts. The omniscia sees through you. The cycles of yin and yang never cease. I'm late! Sorry, Lady Fuxuan!
Ow. Face dragged.
Lady Fuxuan. Delving into the way of the world, scrutinizing the universe's entirety. Though all things in the universe have their own inherent principles, the choice between weal and woe lies in our own hands. Be vigilant of three things: fire, theft, and teammates. Although the General's comments are crude, they're nonetheless logical. Jingliu, your thoughts?
Okay, that ended very abruptly right there, but sure. Very cool. I don't mean to keep comparing characters to other games and stuff, but I'm not entirely, but getting a little Mona vibes here, which isn't a bad thing because Mona's one of my favorite characters. But I do like, I mean, when it comes to fortune teller characters, I don't know what it is, but I do really enjoy them. I think the fact that they're very vague with some of the things that they say and cryptic, I find interesting because it allows me to speculate on what they possibly mean or what they're saying, or even maybe looking into it so much that you figure out that, like, oh, they're just kind of just full of shit. You know, not saying that this character is, or even that Mona is, but it's just I think it's a funny little thing for the characters. I think it's interesting, right? So I don't really have much else to say about her other than that she seems to be very serious. We have this character show up who just eats shit. Like, her face just drags against that ground for a while. That's unfortunate. That's just a bad time. Couldn't be me. I've never fallen and really embarrassed myself. That's never happened to me at all in my life. But yeah. Omniscia spares none. Okay. That's all really I really have to say. She's got a lot of pink going on. Good. Okay. Jingliu.
The Xianzhou has met with countless trials. The darkening mists shroud the radiant moon. Bound by blindness, one is cast into Mara with a sharp blade, yet still powerless against the demons. With this blade as my core, the inner self is purged. Unworthy. Blade fodder. No matter how you try to cleanse it, remnants of the past return with the snow, powerless, unable to mend past animosities. All will be revealed in lunar flame.
Wow.
And so I wield my blade to the very end, until the stars have been cut down from the sky. This oath I will never forsake.
Ooh, and then it froze over. Cool. Okay. No pun intended. All right. Jingliu. Okay. First of all, Amelie go off. Another amazing voice actress, singer. Awesome. But I will also say that man, I see the moon now and I freak out. If you follow anything Genshin, then you know why. But this was a great trailer, and once again, part of it is because of the music for sure. Is there... Alright. Because I don't know much about music theory, or just music genres in general, is there a genre that's straight up like... I don't know how to describe it. Like violin techno or whatever it is that they're doing? I'm not sure, because they, like they did in the Luocha trailer, they did here, where you have the strings and then it just got amped up and it was freaking crazy sounding, and I loved every second of it. It was just so good. When DreamWorks gets an anime. That's all I was thinking about right there. But this is yeah, this is cool. This is really and I keep doing this again. This Jingliu reminds me of Shenhe a lot. just because, I mean, because of Cryo. She seems like a cursed individual. So is Shenhe. They even showed like things like what they show, like these petals. It's literally the same image that's like on the material you use for Shenhe to level her up. I'm not saying it is a parallel or anything like that. It's just reminding me of that, right? I think Jingliu has an awesome character design. I love that she has this claymore. It looks so cool. Great voice, because obvious reasons. And look at that. That is so badass. Just striking the ground like that. And, well, not striking the ground. She's striking a dude. This dude's gone. Like, that's his hand right there. Like, yeah, and then the ice shattering up. And this is just solid ice energy as well. And, man, she took her blindfold off to do it to you like that. You know what I mean? Like, so, oof. Yeah, this was a really, really awesome character trailer. I like it a lot. Probably, I'm not even doing a tier list. I don't know why I have favorites right now, but probably my second favorite. Maybe. It's up there. It's definitely like top 3 right now. Anyway, let's move on. Topaz and Numby. I got Topaz.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Topaz from the Special Dead Martial Force.
The further you run, the bigger it gets. So give up the chase and pay up the debts. Still not following? Then why not learn from the pros? 1. Balancing the books is a moral imperative. Default and pay double. 2. Shed any and all illusions of outwitting the system.
Why, if it isn't Miss Topaz, what a delightful surprise!
Hold it. Beware gifts. They can veil ulterior motives. 3. In negotiations, choose ability over familiarity. Madam Herta, your account has been frozen. This is last month's bill.
That's all? Chump change. Over to you, Asta.
See here, Miss Asta?
Just swipe it.
4. In business, there are no permanent enemies. Looks like they've run into trouble. All right, Numby, you're up! Making friends can be beneficial to both parties. Wouldn't you agree, Supreme Guardian? Class is over. That's all for today.
Okay. This was awesome. That was funny. Heard of like scrambling away to leave Asta, who I believe is filthy rich, to pay for it. Yeah. Oh man. So Topaz and Numby. Numby. I'll be honest. I didn't know anything about Topaz when I was playing the game. I didn't get to meet her in game or anything while I was playing it. But her character banner was there. And I looked at her character. And I saw that she had a little pet. And I thought that was cool. And then I found out that, like, the pet's part of the animations. And I was looking at Topaz more. I was kind of like, she's hot. I don't have any other reason. I had no reason. I also learned about her mechanic, though, and that I did like how she played in general. And she turned out to be a very, very fun unit when I was playing. Yeah, so this is great. It does seem more comic relief than anything. I can't imagine she has much to do with the main story. It's just a character with a unique or funny job. Not funny job, like it's she's debt collecting. But it leads to funny situations like this between these characters. Herta doing all of her experiments, just spending all sorts of money, and Asta unfortunately having to deal with that. And that she also like helps people and stuff like that, and that the trailer was shown as this like a presentation of sorts. I thought that was a cool little touch too. Okay, very entertaining. That was fun. All right. Huo Huo?
Oh, maybe I should just resign. Oh, it won't matter if I'm gone anyway. Huh?
This is a long...
Ghost, ghost, ghost. What ghost?
You scared me. Oh, there really is something!
Here I am!
Whoa.
Eat my wasted!
What are you doing? Playing dead? Let's go!
We have to fight! Exercise spirits, find evil, Mydei to protect you!
Go, I'll be right behind you.
I'll see if there's anyone. Hello, anybody? Anybody?
Run, run, run. That's all you know.
I wasn't calling you guys!
So here's the big boss. Let me at it. Out of my way, you little brats. Demons to clear. Have no fear. I'm here. Why don't you beat it?
Oh shit.
9 ugly spirits. I know thy names. With haste I come. Fear my flames. Well, that's that.
I'd better write my resignation quickly. Mr. Teal, why do I feel like I've forgotten something important?
You talking about that little juggling girl?
Okay. Sorry, I'm just before it goes to the end and immediately jumps to the next video. Yeah, okay. That was cool. Wow. Huo Huo is... I didn't know anything about this, or at least I don't think I did. Hangs out with some spirit thing, some spirit beastie guy, I guess. She can get possessed by it and go into like some badass crazy mode. But when she's not doing that, she's very cowardice and stuff. They went hard with this one. A lot of good animation, a lot of action in it. And by action I don't mean just like combat, even though there was, but like a lot of character motion. Sorry. I think I just unplugged my mic and stuff. My apologies if there's some interruption with the sound. But yeah, there's a lot of character motion outside of just combat animation stuff, but like them running around and her flailing her arms and all sorts of stuff. A lot of cool visual effects. You have the yin yang, this staticky I don't want to say the word overlay, but once again, you have like the paint smears, you have like the comic book thing, you have like this glitchy effect, just like this very contorted thing. You have this eye, which we see this eye a bunch in things in general, not just this, but elsewhere. Yeah. So she's either like, I think she's supposed to be, actually you tell me, is she supposed to be like an exorcist or just like some kind of shrine maiden or something? But she deals with these things, these spirits, or at least this one. That leads to other stuff. Yeah. And just like how the first half and the later half were, where you have her running around and she's all scared and stuff, and she's with her juggling friend. Sorry, I can't remember her name right now. The music is one way, and then we switch into the more action stuff and the possession and the spirits, and the music changes. And it just fits so well how they do that. It's very, very cool. I also like the effect of how, let's see, when like they're both talking at the same time. I like when you have that kind of thing where a character is either possessed, or maybe it's like it's just more than one character in the same body or whatever that is, and when they speak you hear multiple voices. I always thought that was a cool thing. There might be other reasons why there's multiple voices when the character speaks. Maybe there's some kind of like god or whatever that is. But it's interesting to hear this big gruff beast spirit voice on top of her very small, more delicate voice. However, it's very much like a warning and threatening. I don't know. All right, so that was fun. That was a fun one. Let's move on. I also love the colors. I mentioned that before, but like this green that they're using to show off like the energy and the spirit stuff, and like, ooh, look at that green, like how this kind of looks all pixelated and stuff, or just grainy with that filter, and the writing is very quickly drawn with these ink strokes, but there's like this paint smear behind it, or almost like maybe like a not copper, like this like ironized or whatever, something feel, what's that called? Not rust. Oxidized? I think I want to say oxidized. It looks kind of oxidized. I don't know. Anyway, there's just a lot of stuff. Just a lot of, oh god. And how you have the ghostly effects on the logo at the end was also just a fun touch as well. I like when they do little things like that. All right, now we're moving on to Argenti. My apologies. I do not know how to say your name.
We stand against ill repute.
Oh yes, quite.
We champion our renown. Blindly.
Oh damn.
Lovingly, devoutly. The beauty is universal. She is within our grasp and beyond the expanse of the cosmos. Argenti of the Honor-Clad swears to you. The beauty is eternal.
Knights of Beauty? Are they that amazing?
Legend tells of a lone beast deep in the stars called the Omen of Evil.
Hey, what are you up?
It has scales tough as armor, minions keen and powerful, but it has a knight's spear lodged in its bones. On the land at the end of the universe.
Fighting monsters? I can do that too.
It seems that you also have the qualifications of a knight. But forgive me. For here, we must part ways. It is my fate to cross the stars alone. My faith is unbreakable. The darkness ends here. I vow to make the beauty echo throughout the universe.
Ooh.
Till I draw my last breath. For Adrilla.
What's happening?
Until I see that light once more, I shall protect beauty everywhere. See you again, somewhere in the universe.
So, what was he doing here again?
Just the Night of Beauty passing by.
All right. Okay, that was fun. That seemed very comic relief. This guy's a riot. There's something about those characters that just kind of show up who are bigger than life itself. just so much narcissism and ego. And not saying that that's what this guy is, but it definitely feels that way at the very least with how he's presenting himself, being a knight of beauty. It's just such a like romanticized, overly dramatic concept. And this guy is all about it. And I'm sure it's an actual, like, obviously it's a thing within this universe, right? But I think it's just so funny how you just have like the idea of these very beautiful knights, this very beautiful man clad in armor and spear, who will just go out there and fight the horrors of the universe or whatever that is, and that they're destined to do it alone and all that stuff, and but still meeting this group of adventurers. They'd probably have quite the funny run-in with this guy, and just like how over the top he is. I don't know. It's very funny, and it's not what I thought when I saw this guy. I thought they were just making another like pretty boy character who was just going to be badass, but it turns out that they're hysterical. Obviously, they honestly believe what they say, and they're not doing it to be funny, probably. But that's also what makes it even more funny, that they're so into it. Night of Beauty is just a really funny idea. Also, Pom Pom, what's up with the dark evil shadow that you have? What's up with that? I didn't. Is that something that what's up with that? What's up with that? Is that a thing? Do we have signs of evil Pom Pom in the future? Why can't we ever have the little sidekicks that aren't bound to turn evil on you? Like, what's up with that? What's going on? Hoyoverse, who hurt you? You have a pet that turned against you or something like that? Mr. Hoyo? Come on, man. We already know Paimon has gonna, like, kill us in our sleep. Why do you gotta do this? This is a brilliant shot. This looks so good. Oh, man. Look at that. How you had... Oh, how do we even talk about this? Okay, yeah. Hold on. Yeah, so you have this, and then I believe it zooms, right? Yeah, it pans, and then it fades. That's right. It fades into the silhouette with, like, the cape. And that cape turns red. And you... Oh, man. I mean, I'm blocking it right now. My freaking fat head. Hold on. Ow. God. I'm unplugging things because I moved. Hold up. All right. Look at that. Look at that. How is that not... How is this not everyone's wallpaper right now? How is this not everyone's desktop? You know what I mean? This is desktop worthy. That's so good. All right. Anyway, moving on. Ruan Mei. Okay, so Ruan Mei, I think... All right, how many trailers are we in? Okay, so this is the 19th one. All right, so realistically, I think this is around the time when I started to play. When Ruan Mei was being introduced. I think this is when I started to play. It was either this one or the next one. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's give this a shot.
The soft wind beckons the early spring. A joyous mood does it bring. A chilly wake from rest. The plum blossom in a mess. Where is the home I miss? Only remembered in drunken bliss. Oh, looks like it's tea time. Without accelerating or postponing the arrival of death, life will always wither. A never-ending cycle of melodies. The core of all existence is unity. Sometimes, waiting around is also a change. Oh? The results are beyond my expectations. Every petal in life's garden will meet a day when it is torn away by the wind's call. Fret not. You still hold academic value.
Ooh. Okay. So, very pretty trailer, also very ominous in some parts, like this. That's pretty wild. And then there's this DNA thing. I think I heard that she's a scientist. It appears that she's either creating or doing experiments on other living things. Like these bugs. So that's something. Yeah. A very interesting way. Not interesting way. That's not what I want to say. I want to say they showed a lot of this character in a very poetic way. How they're opening it up and it's very peaceful and serene. And then it shifts into, it's a gradual shift into this darker tone. This more, I don't want to say sinister, but how do you look at this and you're not like, this seems a little morally questionable, whatever's happening here. But I like it when characters are more so shades of gray than they are just purely good or purely evil, right? Because I personally don't believe that's a thing. Usually people are bad for a reason, or people are good for a reason, and they can kind of cross. And it's all about perspectives and stuff. Animation wise, I love the ripples of the water as she steps through it, and when she plucks the strings on her instrument, which I don't know the name of. It looks kind of like a probably like a Chinese lute of some kind. When she plucks the strings, they glow. I like that effect. That's really cool. Okay. That is Ruan Mei. Awesome. All right, moving on. This is Dr. Ratio. Okay. Dr. Ratio, I remember, was a character that a 5-star character that they just straight up give you. When I joined, I looked at my mail one day and I had this character, and I thought that was really cool that they did that. Dr. Ratio was in my party for a long time. And because I didn't necessarily care about meta at the time, I was just straight up over leveled. I was able to clear most of the game content anyway with him. Yeah, but I don't know anything about him. He was just there and I used him and that was it. So now I'm going to find out a little bit about him. Let's do this thing.
Knowledge is as vast as the universe itself. And within the Intelligentsia Guild there is a figure. Exceptional. Maverick. Luminary. Whose every action radiates a quiet grandeur.
Ignorance is a malady that must be cured. I am Veritas Ratio, a scholar and educator. Should your mind exhibit symptoms of dullness, feel free to give the doctor a call. You learn to know yourself before your enemy.
True.
But it can still require encouragement. 0 points, 0 points. Next. Is that all? Not bad. 5 points. Copying others rarely leads to improved results. Let's test your knowledge. No need to rush. Patience breeds success. Just as my calculations predicted. An interesting test of intellect.
Okay. So I'll be honest, as I usually am, most of the time, always, when it comes to these things. Yeah, we'll just show them in the bath. Why not? I thought the intro of this trailer was better than the later half of it. I thought it was cool how they were kind of hyping him up, and then he's here, and I mean the little quarrel he had with this orb thing was fun. But I feel like, I don't know. I honestly started to lose interest. Not that it's a big deal. It was just like the last 30 seconds or so that I stopped kind of being interested. I don't know what it was. I think there was almost too much going on in this one, honestly. Normally I say I like how when the music has strings and it gets all contorted and all that stuff. Well, they kind of did that here, but not in a way that I liked. And then you had the vocals, and I thought okay, I feel like they're trying to do too much and they're not committing to anything. And I feel like for a character who's supposed to be really intelligent and put together and just have all the answers, it's supposedly, it seemed well, the people who made your soundtrack didn't. That's unfortunate. Because I don't know what they were trying to do. Usually that's I don't know, maybe that's just a hot take. That could be because usually Hoyo does awesome music. This is the one time where I'm kind of you tried, this is a try hard moment. You tried a little too hard with this guy. And with that anyway. I think his animations are cool in general. But yeah, he's scoring people. He gets blasted right here. I don't know. There was just something about it that I was kind of you know what I think it is? And maybe this is a hot take, and maybe this is different than it is now. As much as I appreciate them giving people a 5-star at the time, I think it's great. I thought they were very useful. I think it's cool character design. I like the concept of this character. But I don't think there's anything else to them. With these other character trailers, I get something deeper behind them. There's something else that's there. There's something that's emotionally driving them. This guy is a cardboard cutout of just some smart professor. At least that's what they show in this character trailer. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll get hate for that. I personally like him for what I see, but I was hoping his character trailer was going to tell me more about him because I knew so little before, And unlike all the other character trailers who are telling me things about their characters, this one simply doesn't, and they're just focused on, let's make him cool. And it's like, okay, I got nothing else out of it. That's it. Probably my least favorite so far. It was still entertaining to watch. His attack animations are great. I did like the little orb thing bouncing around when he was fighting that earlier on. And the opening was good. How they had this big introduction. I thought this was funny. But yeah. I don't know about quiet grandeur. I think it's just grandeur, guys. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, Black Swan. Yes, okay, so at the time that I was playing, Black Swan shortly came out, and then it was Sparkle after that, and these were very hyped up. I don't know anything about these characters. But let's go. Black Swan.
What are you afraid of?
Oh, wow.
Relax. This is just a dreamscape. Life is a winding labyrinth. With memories, our sole companions. People believe they're facing the present and the future, yet fail to realize we're all moving toward the past. Memories are different. There's more than one destiny to choose from. The road ahead is visible. Open your eyes and face your fears.
Ooh.
How else will you find the answer? There might be death. Or another price to pay. But fear not. Unless I erase them, you won't forget.
Damn. Okay, that was... Ooh, man. That was gorgeous. I like how this started off like a horror movie. Excuse me. Yeah. You have Stell just like running for her life in this mansion. And Black Swan just stalking. And saying, you know, it's... What are you afraid of? It's all a dream. And this character art of her just kind of coming through a portrait, a border with the broken glass again, although she's more so phasing through it, I guess, right? That's still really cool. I guess you could also say it's a mirror. Might not be a portrait. But you know what I mean. Yeah, there's a lot in this stained glass heart thing that she has on her neck. I remember when this character was announced in at least the Genshin space, people were going crazy with theories that, like, this is the Welkin Moon person. Just because she had a hood and white hair. I mean, it's not, but sure. I mean, we can say that. That's just my opinion, though. Believe what you want. It's okay. But yeah, oh jeez, we got some kaleidoscope stuff, and once again, the music in this one is like what I'm talking about. Like this was a more orchestrated performance here, and it was more put together. And they did go back into the strings, which sounded very nice. Lots of purples, That's kind of like her thing. Oh, look at this. Yeah, like showing the card and it's flipping and it has like this demon thing, and then it's her, or I imagine it's her, and then we have a goose or swan. It's a swan. It's a black swan. Duh. Goose. Black goose. And then once again, I like the logo stuff. They've been doing this the entire time, but now it's all purple and crystallized, and it's just fun. It's fun. This is good. Look at all oh man, yeah. I didn't realize what was happening here at first. It's a bunch of cards forming a picture of her. That's really cool. Yeah, this character is man. I can see why a lot of people were excited. She is gorgeous, and her trailer is great, and the things that she's saying about time. Once again, we talk about time and stuff, and it's can't get enough of it. All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. Sparkle. All right, the one thing I know about Sparkle is I think she can mimic people. But that's all I got. All right. Oh! Ooh.
There's only one bullet left. Wanna play a game? What's your wager? The life of a faker.
Wow.
Looks like someone's in my way. So what? Let me tell you what foolishness is. Pretending to be smart like you do. Then, what is a fool? Knowing when to act clueless. Like I do. Do you get it now? What is elation? Me. I am elation.
That's wild.
Were you scared just now?
I mean, a little bit. A little bit. Okay. I mean, that was a lot darker than I thought it was going to go. I thought the last one was like set up like a horror movie. This one is definitely along the lines of that too. This is like psychological horror stuff. This was a freaking magnificent character teaser. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But one of my favorite villains of all time, and I'm sorry if other people have said this, but this is just what comes to mind. One of my favorite villains of all time is the Joker from Batman, right? And although I think I like Heath Ledger's, live action performance, not saying that the other ones were bad, well, except for Jay Leno, he's god awful. But anyway, but I'm talking about like OG Mark Hamill animated series Batman Joker, right? That to me, that's like the Joker. And she's on her Joker arc. I don't know how long she's been on her Joker arc, but she's on her Joker arc right now. This was nuts. All the duplicates of her. I love how we have like these frames, like these reflections of her, but they're all different poses, and like one like is like be quiet, one's in shock. This is almost like the excuse me, my throat's making noises. Okay, I thought they were doing a thing, but they're not. I thought it was the hear no evil, see no evil, say no evil. I thought they were doing that, but it's not. It's not that. That would have been amazing though if they did. That would have been crazy. Missed opportunity right there. But still, just very taunting the whole time. All these duplicates, just the constant Russian roulette with the gun, with the confetti coming out. And was it this one that was just okay? It wasn't that one, but that's funny. But it's, look at that. Look how much emotion is in that. Just acting like surprised, like whatever, and then she's just got the snarky face on. But there was one time where they did it. This face is insane. This is crazy stuff. Yeah. Sparkle is wild. And then you have this where she's just like just a constant morph between other characters that you know of. Right? I think it was that part. Or it's here. It's this part. Yeah. Still, this was crazy and really kind of terrifying. Not gonna lie. Having just very surreal. Jeez, yeah, this moment. Oh my god. Oh. I imagine that she must have been an insane moment in the game. You can't have a character trailer this good and tell me that she was barely in it. Come on, please. Does she have like a story arc throughout the whole thing? Not just a character story, but is she like a main character in like one of the arcs going on? Because I would hope so. She is just spilling like villainous vibes. Whether or not she is one or not, but she's just straight up like, I'm a threat. Whether or not she was the main focus or some side thing that was happening during a bigger story, still. Just, man, very impressed with this. I think on like a visual editing level, this might take it as one of my my favorite character trailer right now. This might actually take it, just because of how insane it is, how terrifying it is, and it's partially due to the music too, because you have like that constant repetitive whistle, which could seem relatively innocent, but due to everything else that's going on screen and the other music that kicks in with it, it has this very, very uneasy feeling to it. It definitely sold that like nothing is as it seems. And let's be unhinged, and let's be very unhinged while you figure that out. You know what I mean? Okay. Artistically, this is the best character trailer thus far. Freaking crazy. I love this. Okay. Now let's carry on. Acheron.
Good morning, good afternoon.
Okay, sorry, you started speaking before I was ready, pal. You need to wait. All right, so this is the Acheron trailer. I know a lot of people were saying that this is like this Star Rail's version of Raiden Shogun or Raiden Mei or whatever you want to call it, because sword and lightning and purple hair, I guess. Sure, why not? There's probably other reasons too. I did end up pulling for Acheron, and I did that at the time because I figured when I was recording, it would be a lot easier to just do her ability to wipe out some mobs in front of me real quick to make progress through the story faster. That was, I mean, other than like having a really cool design, I didn't know anything about her. I wasn't that far in the game. Like I said, I only completed Belobog and that was it. So I normally don't like to pull characters that I don't know, even though I have done it plenty of times in Genshin as well, but I don't build those characters. I just I'm like, okay, I like these characters' teasers, these demos, their design. If I like the character, I try to get it as long as I'm not spending like cash on it. I try to do it as much as I can with the stuff I earn within game. Plus the Welkin Moon stuff. I think that's okay. But anyway. Yeah. Acheron. I don't know anything. Let's see.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Pinnacle.
The Charming Festival is here, and guests from all walks of life have arrived.
More updates right after the break.
Apply your color.
Illusion or reality? Care to guess?
Either way, dusk's reign, it too shall fall. What did you say?
Why don't you talk some sense?
Do your worst. Our existence is fleeting as dawn still, destined for oblivion. On the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls. I weep for the departed. Stream forth the gleam of old blades.
Restore this lost memory. Apply your color.
I've seen her before.
Find me. Find me. Your end. My origin.
All that is past has returned to nihility. Just like tears eventually disappear in the rain. Don't look back. There is nowhere to go but forward.
Apply your color.
Find me.
Okay, that was pretty crazy. That, oh man. Okay. I'm feeling like there's a lot of pain involved in there. Boy. I also forgot that her burst, she gets like, she has like this transformation almost. It looks sick. I'm a little sad because she's crying. But then again, she's doing it right, because if you cry in the rain, no one can tell whether or not you're crying or not. Anyway, it's whew. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I don't really know what to say about this other than that it is very emotionally charged. Yeah, you have this cool like action moment before, and as far as I'm aware of, it seems like it's just kind of that moment's like in her head. Cuz she's really just standing outside in the rain and distracted by this thing showing up on screen, this commercial, and she's just kind of like lost in her head in the rain staring at it with what she's damaged. All right, I'm sure. Well, I mean, so was Sparkle, but she's damaged in a different way. And I felt that. I felt that. I don't even know the context as to why, but I mean, from what I can guess, she is searching for someone or needs to search for someone or has the feeling that she needs to find someone, and until she does, she feels empty. Man, what a great freaking shot here with the wet sidewalk and her just dropping her parasol, and it kind of just drifts away from her over here. But this had a great I love the style of it. I felt like it had a little bit of all sorts of different mediums. And by all sorts, I mean like two. Specifically, you had your in-game stuff, but then you also had very 2D anime moments as well. I'm not saying that this is it, but when she's especially looking at when we're seeing moments like this feels hand-drawn to me. Just because of like how like, I mean, man. Okay, yeah, that one got me in the feels a little bit in a way where I'm not exactly sure why, other than what I stated before, just the feelings that I get from it, whether or not they're actually the reason. But Hoyoverse does a really good job, and I've said this a few times too, but for those who are new and you're still watching, hello. I think that Hoyoverse does a really good job throughout their games of introducing a character who you may not even know very much about. And this trailer is 2 minutes and 50 seconds long, and I don't know anything about Acheron. Do I feel for her though? Absolutely. They're able to do things, at least visually, to make you feel for a character that you wouldn't even, that you know nothing about going into it, right? And yeah, this is like probably a very prominent character in the game, and more on the more important side. I imagine her story is pretty big and comes into play, or at least I would hope so. Because God, you can't just make us this depressed, then not try to solve the issue, right? Come on. But even outside of this, when talking about like when they have some NPCs in their trailers as well, and they're trying to do something emotional with them, they're also capable of making you feel for them as well. They're very good at that. First thing that comes to mind is there's two. There's Arlecchino's character teaser, and there's also Citlali's character teaser. Those involve NPCs where I'm just kind of like you feel for them a little bit. Yeah, they have the formula. They have the formula. They know what pulls at heartstrings, and they incorporate that very well into their work. They pulled no punches with this Acheron teaser. Okay, we're gonna move on. That was awesome. Aventurine.
If you had the chance to make a 2,000% return, but risked losing 100% of your principal, what would you do? The math is simple. There's no way to define the value of a single chip. But I believe a chip is worth a miracle. The dice are cast. It's all or nothing now. This is humanity in its most primitive form. But life would be quite dull if it were just an unending series of wins, wouldn't it?
Final set. Duel.
Welcome, challenger. Let me see. Are you brave or foolish?
Let's raise the stakes. The wager will be life and death. And the prize, everything. There seems to be a slight misunderstanding, my friend. At this table, you are the challenger. Because unlike the house, the gambler knows exactly what they want. You see?
Okay. All right. That was Gotcha the character. I'm joking, kind of, not really. Yeah. I mean, hold on. Okay, we'll go here. So, what I do really like about this is the music fits with it very well. It's also like there's cards, there's dice, there's the whole gamble thing. It's the same feel I got when watching Yelan's demo or Linny's demo from Genshin. That kind of aesthetic is very appealing to me. This guy is a smooth criminal. Yeah. I don't know if I agree with what he said about, like, you know, unlike the house, the gambler always knows what he wants. I mean, I know you're just trying to be suave and cool and stuff, but that's not true, because the gambler keeps wanting more and more and more and more and more. The ones who are addicted anyway, and then they go over the top and they usually lose everything. So I don't know if they know what they want, because if they did, I don't think they would lose everything that they have sometimes, or have a problem at all. Anyway, that's just my opinion on that. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to Gotcha, you have your eyes set on the prize. Like, okay, I'm going to get this character within a certain number of pulls. I want that character. That's what I want. That way, I understand if we're talking about that logic, which is what we probably are, because you want people to pull for you, don't you, you son of a bitch? But anyway, this was a very interesting trailer. It was very flashy, you know, as it should be with this kind of theme that they have going on. And yeah, seems like a cool guy. I like the, like I said, I like the feel that we have here. Don't know how I feel about the random boob window. He's got his chest window, but I mean, they give it to girl characters all the time. It's not a big deal. They could do it. Is it supposed to be a spade? But that's not like, just, I just don't get the upside down heart. I wish it was a different shape. Not that I'm looking anyway. It doesn't matter. Just do whatever. Do what you want, man. I like your hat. Okay, let's move on. Robin. Oh, she's like an idol, isn't she? Oh.
And tap your feet, look, stars are near when you feel the beat. We're bound for greater height. Oh, oh, oh. Take a leap into the blaze, don't lose yourself in mundanity. Join my dream, it is the right time. Oh, oh, oh. Leave it all behind. Get ready now. Sing along. Welcome to my world. Renew your definition. World so high, we'll show and go beyond horizon. Side by side.
Okay, so that was Robin. Hey, I am talking now, Robin. You got to sing your song? Now I want to talk about it. Okay. Yeah, this is a good screen to keep it on. All right. So yeah, Robin. So another character that seems very bubbly and they put on a face, but they obviously made it seem like there's something darker in the background, whatever that is. It makes me curious. I will say I never pulled for Robin, although I do remember her banner being up and her test run. And I remember doing her test run, and the game glitched out on me when I did her test run. I don't know. I can't exactly remember what happened, but I remember the song like freaking out. So that made me worried. But yeah, the song glitched out and it was really weird. But yeah, she's a very pretty looking character. I'm interested in her story because obviously there's more to it than her just being some famous person. There's probably some struggles that come with that. I wouldn't be surprised if, let's see, what's something? Oh, there could be something threatening her career or her health, or maybe some debts or something in some way, shape, or form for her in order to get to where she was by the time you meet her. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, I'm just speculating. Not that it matters. But yeah, I like this cute song. I can't imagine people still enjoying this song if it's the same one that plays when she does her ability. I can't remember. Like I said, it kind of glitched out on me. But yeah, if there's not a way to eventually turn that function off, I imagine that Robin unfortunately could become fairly annoying. That's just logic in my brain, where it's kind of like, oh yeah, Robin, she's great because of whatever abilities she has, but god damn it, I have to hear that song for the 100th time. But maybe that's what you're into, and that's fine. You do you guys. But yeah, very visually appealing. It's very cute. I don't know if she actually has wings behind her head, or if it's like hair accessories, or it's part of her hair, even though it's a different color. I'm not really sure about that. But everything else seems pretty good. Yeah. that's what I have to say about Robin. I like a lot of the visuals that are tied to her, especially when she's in her music and like these steps and all that stuff. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the next. Boothill.
Jade, spokesperson for the IPC Strategic Investment Department, responded with,
This is a big deal, cowboy. Of course, it'll be dangerous.
How big?
IPC big enough.
You have a new bounty. Please process it as soon as possible.
Dangerous? Well, fudge. Dangerous for who? Bring it on, baby. Let's duel. Fair and square. Waiting in line for a bullet? Don't worry. This one's on me. Here, I'll give you a chance. Aim here. Just kidding.
Damn.
Budgethead. Come on. That's the forking spirit. When it's time to shoot, quit yapping. Lock and load, or dig your own grave. Of course, remember to aim for the heart.
Okay.
Your bounty is complete. How would you like to land?
Good question.
Oh, so he dies after that. Interesting. What an interesting character while we had him. Okay, so Boothill. Guys like Cyborg Cowboy. Nice. This was very action-packed. He's running around, jumping around, dancing. He is very badass. This was a very cool trailer. I liked the music too because it had that Western vibe with it as well. And we're in the same like gambling hall that I guess Aventurine would be doing his things, and maybe Robin is performing in such a place as well. Right. This seems to be very like kind of like a almost like Vegas focused kind of place. Now, I'm going to be honest because I am. And I think you guys know what I'm going to say. Come on. Fudgehead. Forkin. I know they're trying to get like they have like a younger audience to play these games and all that stuff, but like either have them say the goddamn words or just don't write it that way. Fuckhead. Fucking. If he's gonna be rough and tumble, have him do that. Because if you don't, there's not a grown man that's doing what he does. Like, really? He's gonna blast someone through the chest, but he's not gonna say the F-bomb. It kind of takes me out of it a little bit. Voice actor is cool. He sounds great. But, like, really? Just don't write it that way, then. Problem solved. Make up your own in-world insult or a different insult that that's not obviously like, yeah, I don't know, just that's how I feel about it anyway. I mean, other than that, great trailer. That was my only pet peeve. And it's not even that big of a deal. It just kind of took me out of it a little bit. I was like, oh, that's like, okay, sure. What happened? Are you like working at an elementary school? Like, what happened? I don't know. Anyway, those are just my 2 cents. Cool design. Like the cyborg cowboy thing that he has going on. He does have a cool sounding voice. A lot of nice action moments in here. Don't look at me with that in your mouth like that. I don't need that. I mean, yeah, other people might, but I'm not. You can't tempt me. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he does look sick. All right, we're moving on to the next. Oh, and the next one is Firefly. All right. This character freaking exploded across the internet when they were a thing. Both good things and bad things, apparently. Like things that people liked. I don't know, there was drama around it, but there's drama about anything. You can like look at a character wrong in Genshin and people will freak out for no reason about it. Anyway, there was a lot of hype around Firefly. And I did my best at the time to avoid everything Firefly possible, because at the time I did plan on playing into Panaconi. And then I got burnt out and I had to stop. It's been a while since. I want to continue watching these character trailers. I'm going to watch the Firefly one. It's not a big deal. Anyway, let's find out. Am I too going to fall in love with this character like so many have before me?
Requesting reinforcements. I repeat, requesting reinforcements. Forward, forward.
Reinforcements. I repeat, requesting reinforcements. Siege unit has lost signal. Strike unit will engage target. We're under fire. Darn it. Is the experimental weapon ready yet? Darn it.
Unfortunately, I was also born a weapon.
Oh.
To be destroyed. It's our destiny!
Damn.
Tell me, who were you before?
Glamats, Iron Cavalry,
And now,
Celeron, Hunter.
then who will you be in the future?
I don't know.
To burn to ashes is the honor of Glamoth's Iron Cavalry. Like destiny, it cannot be defied.
But for that, I still have the right to choose. Even if I'm like a firefly to a flame, and life begets death.
Okay. That's just straight up welt, isn't it? Okay. Man. Once again, this was very emotional in a different way. With Acheron, it was very much like there was a sense of not lost, but just of loss in general. This one was, how do I even describe it? It's like acceptance. Does that make sense? Yeah. I feel like this character trailer just straight up gives you a lot of information that your characters probably don't know about when you enter the scene. I feel like this is stuff that gets revealed later. So at this point, this is probably, my guess, probably more player knowledge than it is character knowledge. That is, this was wild. I mean, like, holy mecha. There was all sorts of that kind of, like, the battle suits, just the action that's in it, how much emotion was put behind the actions that were being taken. Damn. How this character, Firefly, is essentially destined to be destroyed for being a weapon. And doing what she has to do and accepting that outcome. Woo, okay, yeah. I don't know. I feel like this Firefly could, once again, I'm feeling the whole shades of gray here, because I feel like this is a character that you can really get to know and love, but then you see this very dark side to things here, where it's just like, this is the reality of it though. Like, you met this character, haha, hee hee, and then there's actually that's happening in the background, and then it becomes into the forefront, and then it's very dramatic. So yeah, that's something. Awesome trailer. I really like that. As far as, I mean, yeah, the visuals in here were great. There's just had your transformation scene. That's so cool looking. Yeah, okay. I think I said what I could about this. Whew. All right. Let's go one. I really like her eyes too. There's other things I think I could say about this, but I'm gonna leave it for now because I want more information that I'm sure I will receive one of these days. And actually, for right now, because sorry, I keep changing up my screen. Let's see, we have quite a few left, but at this moment, I believe I am going to take a break. But it'll only be a second for you. And when I get back, I'm going to continue the rest of these character trailers. All right, so I am back, and we are going to continue watching these character trailers. Next one is Jade. What you got to say, Jade?
Has anyone told you? Where there's a will, there's a way. Ooh. But a will can also bring death. Tell me, you naughty child.
It's not me.
Where are they? It's time for a lesson.
Okay,
spark. No need. Or will. I shall take it. After all, there's never just one. The quantity's not bad, but the quality is lacking. Shh, you woke it up? Once the will is ignited, it will spark even more desires. Too bad, the farce is over. And all that's left are the ashes of greed.
Okay. This was Snake. This was Snake time. Lots of Snake. And yeah. Also, this is the, I mean, how many Step On Me jokes did people make during this time? Because, holy crap, did they push that envelope. She's cool. I like her weapon. There's something about the, it's weird. It's like a scepter or a cane that also becomes a whip. Usually it's like a sword that does that. I guess I'm thinking of like, who is it? Ivy from Soul Calibur. That's what it reminded me of anyway. I'm curious about the whole snake thing. Snake, it's a cool snake. It changes in size. It's like a little guy, and then it's like a pretty big snake, and then it's like a monstrous thing like we saw. And then we had a very trippy moment. Don't know what this is, but okay. And yeah, they went very, let's make this character seduce everyone and simultaneously beat the crap out of them, while also Snake and music that wasn't bad, but not what I expected for this character at all. I don't know how to describe it. Her design is great, though. I mean, it's like it's almost like she's wearing two different dresses that are put together, kinda, but not really. I don't know. It's cool though. I like the pattern on this one. The blue and white in general. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, and the wide brimmed hat. I like wide brimmed hats on characters. I think that's cool too. Okay. Yeah. Not bad. Not what I was expecting. Pleasantly surprised. This was an interesting character teaser. Trailer, not teaser, sorry. Still don't, I have no clue what that is. We got very trippy to show chained up rock. Potato? Heart? The corrupted potato. That's what we're going with. All right. Yunli.
You were red and sweet, very precious. You were freshly dipped in sugar.
What's up?
Darn you!
So busy. Catch.
Oh no.
Caught you.
So much bluster. Trying to catch you.
Good doggy, don't block the way. I said, don't block the way.
Looks like you were looking for this.
Dare! You dare! Let's go, old metal! For my skewers, you'll pay with your life! No!
Okay. So this was just this was just fun. It was just a fun trailer. My favorite moment by far is this, where they show, oh man, it goes from normal to just like the complete shock, the dying on the inside, to the freaking out of the super zoomed in, sketchily drawn expressions, just freaking out. And then we get back to the normal style, and yeah, and then she just proceeds to kick ass. There is something about, I don't know what it is, but I really like it when there is a character who is on the shorter side or just smaller frame or whatever that is. Like, they're not like a big hulking figure, but they have a huge weapon. There's something about that I think is just really, I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's funny. I think it's a lot of things. And yeah, kind of seeing how she's a very frantic, bubbly, comic relief personality and stuff to her, to all of a sudden whip out this giant weapon to just crush people with, is just fun. There's something fun about this, and that's what I like about it. Also, the just complete devastation here. Like, she is dead. It's a shame. Anyway, let's move on to the next trailer. Okay, we have Jiaoqiu? Maybe? Jiaoqiu? What?
Raw ingredients. Heat. Seasoning.
What are you doing here? Exposing fake healers!
Fragrance. As the saying goes, food is medicine. Cooking is akin to making medicine. Eat freely and don't hold back. Please, do me the honor of tasting and offering your thoughts.
It's so fancy, but what benefits can this steak possibly have?
Allow you to run faster and jump higher.
Is that so? Then I'll have another plate.
Eat to your heart's content. This is just a small matter.
No need to put on an act. What about this hot pot?
Well, while it might come off as a bit arrogant, when it comes to healing, it's quite effective for treating a great assortment of pains. Limb paralysis, insomnia, and overactive dreams. It indeed has miraculous effects. The main course is done. Would you like some dessert?
Oh.
Wow, is this edible? Delicious!
Okay, so that was, I mean, once again, the visuals just go crazy here. Yeah. Okay. That confused the hell out of me at first for the mixed medium that they were doing. I respect it. I think it's interesting that they're getting more and more creative with these as we go, and to actually using footage of people making food. In fact, I don't know if anyone saw it before, but when I would exit full screen mode, I even had like a little cooking thing on like a tab, because I like watching people make food. I don't know, there's something about that, whether it's for comedic purposes or a legit dish. There's something satisfying about watching people who can cook better than me, which would be a lot of people. But anyway, I wasn't expecting the mixed medium here at all. I was like looking like, is that real? Like, are we looking at real food right now? Like, that's real. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we got this guy who's a chef. I imagine he's like buffing people and stuff. Yeah. And towards the end, it started to feel kind of spooky, a little Halloween feeling. Yeah, I don't know. We got a little intense, I guess. I don't know. Whatever he's cooking here is well overdone. But anyway, yeah. That was an interesting trailer right there. I was surprised in many ways, between the random visuals to depict the food, the music, the character, from just like this professional chef to having, there's something like, I feel like there's something darker there. I don't know, but that's the feeling I got from this. I have never once heard of this character, so that was cool. That was cool to see. All right, next one. We have, Why does it say I watched this one? How? The Herta? What? I don't know why it says I've watched these. Because I don't even know who this is. I've heard of the Herta, but I do sometimes fall asleep and stuff just plays. So maybe that happened. Anyway, we're going to go to the next one. Feixiao? Like a drunken warrior? Or just a drunk?
私も言ったわよね。臆病者が捕食者を語るなって。思い上がるじゃなければ将軍なんてやれないわ。主が誰なのか心に刻みなさい。泉州妖精の天撃将軍は憂いなし悔いなしで敵なしよ。ああ、敵なし。敵なし。
強くもなく飲めば大暴れか。勘弁してくれ。
Okay. Wow. Oh, hey, hold on. See, this is what I mean. You guys start the next video way too fast. You gotta give me a second to talk about it, you know? Come on. Yeah, there's... Well, first, the most obvious thing about this is that how that was in Japanese, right? And that's because of the voice actor thing that's been going on. I am in support of that. It's whatever they have to do. Totally get it. And yes, but this obviously marks, I guess, from here on out, I imagine it's going to be dubbed, which is fine. Or, no, you know, dubbed in probably Japanese. Unless if... I think that was Japanese. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Anyway. Man, there's... how do I want to say this about this character? It's funny and also... damn, a little depressing how this character is very amusing when they're drinking. They're very... I think it's very comical. They paint it in that kind of light. But obviously, there's probably a lot more to that. I don't know if this character was always like a drunkard or whatever, but it seems like, to me, they're that way now because of past stuff that they went through, things that they've done, things that they've seen, and it's kind of like a coping mechanism. That's what I imagine. I don't know if that's the case. Maybe she's just a party animal, but I got the impression that's not the reason as to why she drinks all the time anyway. But I like her design. She's very, very cool. I like the green eyes with the red, we got the red eyeshadow here. We have her with her coat on and with her coat off, like later on, her coat's not on anymore. I mean, I like both. I like how that's an option, because it's like, when you see these characters, you always see them in their general outfit that they're presented in, right? You don't really see them ever change their outfit or parts about their outfit. For the most part, it's just very static, like we're always looking like this kind of thing all the time. I make sure I wake up in the morning and I have 15 of these exact suits with the exact accessories necessary, and I put them all on exactly the same way. There's a little leniency here where it's like, oh, coat on, coat off, and that's cool, right? Not a big thing, but I like it. I think it's an interesting little detail. She totally wrecked this place too, which is just funny. Let's see. And yeah, this started going really hard later on. Like it got... Ooh, look at that. Yeah. Yeah, this went into like her being taunted and then just kind of like who the hell do you think you're talking to? Whether or not this was a past event, or if this is just all in her head right now, probably all in her head right now about something that's happened before. That's kind of what I imagine. But just very, very cool. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is this was Feixiao, right? And then there's Lingsha. Okay.
Shh. 静かに。あなたの悩みは匂いでわかります。恐怖の匂い。取り除いてあげましょう。まずは真摯に私に委ねてください。助けて。煙は自然と上がるもの。あ、そこですか。この世のすべては過ぎゆく運営に過ぎません。心の病心の薬が必要です。炎が消えれば煙もなくなる。あなたの恐怖がこんな形をしていたなんて。
何度も何度も。ここはお前が来ていい場所じゃねえ。
そうですね。ですがあなたもここにいるべきではありません。どうぞ。邪悪の気は除きました。ありがとう。では次の方。
Okay. I got serious, like, I don't know. I was feeling like serious, like, genie vibes in the beginning here. Maybe just how she was introduced. But okay, this character apparently can get all up into your soul and remove the bad, I suppose, or the stuff that's hanging out in there that shouldn't. I guess. Pretty cool. Once again, they go hard with the visuals here. It's like she was constantly blowing fairy dust and stuff. This is cool. I like that. All the gold against the dark. But then you have like kind of the light of the actual background behind it bleeding through. Now a question about Huo Huo. I think that's her name, right? Her whole thing was about having that spirit dude possessing her and stuff. This character trailer just made it seem like that's not a problem anymore. Yet Huo Huo still has the glowing green tail afterwards? I don't know. I know it shouldn't make sense, but it I mean, I don't know. Does it make sense? Was it something else that was happening? It's hard to tell because I couldn't really compare the voice I heard here to the wolf spirit thing within her voice that was in English before. but not that it matters. It was still a cool trailer. I like how this line has other characters in it. Oh man, yeah, Jingliu. Luocha is here. Blade. That's actually great. I love that detail. Everyone's going to see this person because they just got all sorts of inner turmoil going on. That's awesome. All right. Cool. Moving on. Rappa. Okay, so man, where to even start with this one? Okay. I thought this was a very good video. But not a good character trailer. If that makes sense. Don't get me wrong, when Hoyoverse makes their character trailers into like music videos, I think I do think they're great. I think they're cool, and to an extent they can tell you a little bit about the character. But it also depends on the other things. So I should say, if there was other content for Rappa that told us more about her, like if there was a character teaser that gave us all we needed to really know about her, sure, that's fine. I don't mind it when we get all colorful and show the nice editing and stuff like that, because it'd be controversial. I'd be a hypocrite if I said that it was bad or that this was a bad character trailer. I mean it's not bad, because I was thoroughly entertained. I really did like this. But I don't know anything about her. Like, at all. I usually, when other character trailers that I've seen do this, I still get some kind of sense of what they are or what they do. I'm not sure. Like, as far as I'm concerned, she's a graffiti artist. Because they went really heavy with the colors and stuff. I don't know if that's what she is. I don't want... And when, of course, because it's very much music video, I also want to say, like, is she also a singer of some kind? I don't know. But they do have a lot of cool stylistic things here. Like, here, you have this. And it feels very comic book, right? You have your Splatoon action going on here. There's just all this paint, very bright, just in your face. She has a cool design. She kind of has like a little bit of like a demon or a devil aesthetic going on, because she's got the horns on her helmet, and she has a lot of like red and darker colors, except for her shirt, which is more colorful, I guess you could say. But yeah, I'm assuming Dazzling Ninja Hero. Is that, hold on, AKA what? I didn't say. Okay. Okay, so she's a ninja hero? That's not what I was getting from this at all. This, very cool. Just the black and white or grayscale with these color waveforms and smears and stuff. Not sure what the monkey thing is about at all. I feel like this is just like you already know about this character before you're seeing this. That's it. What I'm going to compare it to, even though I don't mean to, I'm not saying one thing is better or the other, but it's like what they did with Mavuika, except I know less about Honkai Star Rail stuff, right? Because Mavuika had an animated short. She had a character teaser. And that stuff told a lot about her character. And then the character demo, they just went off the rails and had fun with it and made it a music video. Sure. But there was also lyrics, and you could, like, if you really wanted to, you could look into the lyrics to find deeper meaning with that and that as well. This was very much like, sounded like just like techno dance music. Just high motivation. We're taken from Valorant. Fine. It's fine. And yeah, so like this had like a lot of cool elements with its visuals, its perspectives, its editing was great. The song, although was just very generic, it was fun. But yeah, she's an artist, I guess. That's what this tells me. But apparently also a ninja hero. And she skates on a giant bladed thing. Cool. Yeah, this, like I said, awesome looking video. Don't really know anything about the character. I'm just being honest. That's what that is. So it's very cool. I wouldn't mind seeing more stuff like this. I just wouldn't, and this goes for Hoyoverse in general. Make your music videos with your characters. Absolutely do it. Don't stop doing that. But if there isn't some other message within it to tell you about that character, then it's not really a character trailer now, is it? Just because a character is doing the song, I don't know if that means that it's a trailer for them. You're showing them be cool, I guess. That's it. Okay, but yeah, that was cool. This was very stylistically pleasing. Okay, moving on, we have Sunday.
was once bronze Melodia, listening to the pleas of those who were suffering, knowing there were no gods who would save people unconditionally. To change anything, you can only rely on yourself. I will overcome the thorns. I have heard the call. There's always a paradise that needs to be built, even if I should melt and fall before reaching it.
Behold that vow, like the sun in the sky. It does not restrain with violence or persuade with arguments.
May this arduous journey of ours lead us starward.
Wow. Okay. Nope. Stop. Stop it. Back to Sunday. Okay. So this is all right. Okay. This went on a little longer than I thought it was going to. Just not to... That's not meant to be an insult. I thought this was going to end at a sooner point, is what I should be saying. I thought this was going to be similar to the previous character trailer, where it was going to be mostly music-based. So when the pianos collided, I thought that was essentially going to be the end of the video. It happened around some right before this scene, actually, like right around here, around the minute 20-something mark. So without keeping track of that, I thought that's where it was naturally going to end, because that's where I felt like the climax of the video was going to happen. And I was going, if it did end there, I was going to say, this is how you tell a story with music. Because the previous one, the Rappa character trailer, did not do that. It was just very cool and it was very flashy. And maybe you can argue that there is symbolism for things there, but I still think you need prior character knowledge to pull something from that. For this one, for the first minute and 20-something seconds, I don't know. It was very same because there's music, but at the same time, there were other visuals to go along with it that you can pull from to get an idea of a deeper meaning behind. You know? That's just kind of my feeling. And maybe that's like a happy-go-lucky character versus one that has some deeper, darker something to them. It's my point of view, the characters that have the deeper, darker, sad stuff on the inside aren't always better than the ones who are the happy-go-lucky, because I feel like you still need those characters, but they can potentially be more thought-provoking in general. Unless if you have that happy character that is happy because of terrible shit that has happened before. But in Rappa's character trailer, there's nothing that tells you that. But because we have some of that, like some of those visuals here with that went along with the music, yeah, breaking glass, you're seeing two of him on stage. You know, there's all sorts of things that you can pull from that to get an idea of like what might be going on, like a fight with one's inner self or something like that, or maybe there are two of them for some reason, or other reasons. Usually when there's more than one of something, there's decisions that need to be made and stuff like that. There's all sorts of metaphors and symbolism you can pull from these things. And then it just straight up led into some narration here to further sell it. I think this I think this character trailer did a really good job of making me like Acheron. It made me feel for this guy, whatever it is he's going through. There's something bigger in the works that he is aware of that affects him on a personal level. So it seems. Also, he too has the wings on his head, just like Robin. Are they like some kind of race of people within Honkai Star Rail? I don't want to be like, are Sunday and Robin related? But they're definitely same kind of people, I guess, right? Maybe they are brother and sister. Maybe they're not. Maybe there's two of the same kind. I have no idea. But I think we even saw Robin at one point, right? This is her hand. Wasn't it? Am I making that up? I could be making that up. There she is. Isn't that Robin? Right? Yeah, that's Robin. I don't know. I'm senile. I forget things all the time. Don't worry about it. Anyway, oh man, and the last image here, how he ends the song, but his head still remains down. It's not like a dunk. It's just dunk. And like depression, depresso espresso. But yeah. Anyway, this was a good one. I really like this. All right, next one is the Fugue trailer. Wordless.
Is there anything else you want to do?
No. Just want to react to this. Okay, thanks.
I can only pick one? You can only pick one. Then let's go. The cosmos stretches far and stars fill the sky. And I have not seen enough.
Skewers! Huh?
Don't get upset. You're in good hands.
I bought your shoes, and now I can't walk straight! Compensation on the double!
Can't walk straight, huh? Good shoes are meant for decent people. Why don't you ask them? There are countless sights in this universe. Why choose this one? Because this is the one I cherish. But this isn't yours. This is mine.
Oh!
Go.
Oh, wow. Oh boy, okay. I had a feeling about something, but that last bit I think just sold it. Okay. First off, you gotta love your mischievous Kitsune characters, right? We got a little bit of that earlier on, playing doing some trickery stuff, and it turned out to be like, mostly good things. Actually, all good things. I don't know if the name was the same, Fugue, or if I'm even pronouncing that right. I didn't meet them in game or anything, but there was a character that looked like this. But now we're seeing them again. So I was thinking like, oh, that's weird because this character didn't get a character teaser earlier on. But they're getting one late. I guess they're getting a character teaser for an alternate form of sorts, just like Dan Heng. But with that last bit there, she died, didn't she? Spoilers, I guess. It's fine, but I mean, oh Jesus. Holy crap. Oh, I didn't even get to meet this person in the game. That's wild. It's like someone coming back to life, or a version of that character coming back to life, or coming to life. Something like that. I don't know. I do have to say, how they incorporated the straight up 2D anime drawings within this is gorgeous. Once again, it's so good. I love. I want more 2D animation, please. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Wordless is right. I don't have any more. This was great. I liked it, and oh my god, this ending with the whew, just mwah. Wild. Okay. All right. Respect. That was a good one. That was a good one. The Herta. Don't know why it says I watched it. I've never seen this before in my life. Herta is the girl that's on the ship, right? On the station. And she's like a puppet, right? Or she's multiple puppets. Well, she's not. What can I? Let's see. I remember. Okay, she's got like a billion puppets, and they're all around the ship and stuff. And she bounces between them. So I imagine because it says the Herta, this is her character that is this is actually her, the one that controls, that goes between the puppets, right? That's what I'm guessing. I don't know why they'd have the otherwise. Okay, let's just play it.
Thank you for making time in your busy schedules to gather here. We have only a single purpose. Ensure Herta City remains great for all eternity.
Herta City?
Now, let the noble creator witness your achievement. Let's begin. Centralization. You want to sort the Hertas into different grades? Let's just start over. Geniuses love stabbing each other in the back. Didn't you know? Oh, a Herta virtual idol project? This thing's really lasted 10 Ember eras. Maybe by optimizing it. No copyright? Next! In this circus now! Everyone! That Madam Herta is a fake! Fake? Really? Haven't any of you noticed? Her style is totally different from ours! It's true! The Posy Imposter! Another failure. I'm perfect, as expected.
Okay. Wow, alright, so that is the Herta. I have to say, like, damn. Alright, I mean, she's freaking cool. Yeah, so I remember Herta annoyed the hell out of me, but it was more like comically she annoyed me when I was doing my playthrough. And man, but I guess you finally get to meet her in person, if that's even her. I wouldn't be surprised if you find out that this is a fake version and the real her is still somewhere else, for all we know. I wouldn't be surprised. Not saying that, I don't know, I'm not sure, but as of right now, I'm gonna say that this is her, right? I like the references they have in here. Like, they have that famous portrait. This. Everyone knows what this is referencing, right? I forget the name of it, but yeah, there's that. And what was the other thing? Simulation Universe 777, centralized system. The boss is the only standard. This issue is to find the core problem. The specifics of the situation depend on the context. Okay. I mean, she was going through different versions of her puppet selves, I guess. Going through them, destroying them, making more different versions. Got rid of like the Disney Mickey Mouse one. And then eventually you have like a Herta uprising with the other Hertas going up against her, just because like her style is different. And this is very, man, I almost feel like this is a jab at the players or the critics of Honkai Star Rail, of Hoyoverse games, because you have so many people that come out of the woodwork to complain about anything about characters, whether or not they like their style or not, or it's not what they expected, it doesn't live up to their expectations, or it's too similar, or it's too far away from something that it might be referencing from somewhere else, whatever that is. I feel like this is them just kind of like, yeah, you guys are babies. This is them showing this is the Hertas as the people who complain about every little thing, where the Herta symbolizes Hoyoverse itself, who, look how many fucks they give. The answer is none. They do not care, and they'll continue to not care. But yeah, this was great. It was very comical, pretty badass. The Herta is gorgeous. I'm liking that she's like a witch, or at least looks like one. I know she's a scientist, but yeah. Anyway, I liked it. I do not remember seeing this at all. I had to have been asleep when this played. I have no idea. Okay. Aglia. Oh, we only have a couple left.
What a beautiful morning. Time for my perfect master to start her immaculate day. As a connoisseur, she speaks her mind. Perfect. As an overseer, she keeps her word. No. And as an artist, she pursues the superlative. Though occasionally, she can be somewhat impulsive.
Won't you dance with me?
Those gorgeous steps. Her graceful bearing. Yet some insensitive brute always seeks to interrupt the irreplaceable moment.
No matter, of course. My master has everything under control. Who am I exactly? You needn't worry. I am an insignificant tool. If I can help fulfill that golden tragic wish, I am willing to be crushed to pieces.
Adorned in splendor, bathe in gold. Time to cut fate's thread. Die for me, garment maker.
As you wish.
Nameless soldier. This city is the bed where we are laid to rest.
Ooh. Okay. This is... Man, I don't even know. I really... Her outfit seems like an even more upscaled, like, fanciful version of like Himeko's. That one thing. I can't help but look at her and think Lumine, like, immediately. Not saying she is, but I mean, like, holy crap, with the hair and, like, do you have the flower in it specifically on this side? I know it's not exactly the same, but, like, you know, just gets me thinking. But yeah, I can't even remember what I said already. Okay, outfit, the operatic music getting more and more intense as you go. That was cool. And then it kind of, you have this dark moment here, and dropping this body into, like, just a pit of other ones. Oh man, it's so many questions, but it's so freaking cool at the same time. Straight up pulls the sword out of the chest too. Whew, okay. Goddamn. All right. Sorry for falling into silence. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts about all this. This Aglaia, if I'm even saying that right. I feel like they showed us so much, but I still know so little. I have more questions now. I have more questions about what her story entails. How does she even take part in it? It seems like she's someone who goes up against fate because she was essentially threatened, and then she was like, okay, and then attacked anyway. Yeah. Whew. Just, oh, that was a fun one. That was this. I know a lot of these character trailers they look like they're taking scenes from something else, or it's very abstract and it's just like, character. Like, you know, there's all sorts of different ways, like, that are telling a little bit of a story. This one is obviously telling a story here, but it definitely felt, this is going to sound dumb, I know it's a trailer, but it feels like a trailer where they're showing things in an order that don't necessarily make sense. Like, they're just, like, taking piece parts here and there and putting it together. and it feels not the whole way through, but I don't know. I just get that sense that there's a lot of like time skipping throughout this. But that's just me. Anyway, this was great. This was cool. She seems awesome. Yeah. Okay, next one is Tribble. Sorry. It started like right away. Okay. That's new.
Good evening! Good sunny days. Good rainy days. Hello you, hello me. Hello everyone. To protect the mail from devastation? To maintain peace on our expedition.
What?
We ride on the spaceship traversing Amphibious! Tree sends work, Trian beats the baddie. Yeah, that's how it is. Away we go!
The small detail of cracking the teacup. Oh man. Okay, so man, how do you even begin to talk about this one? This is if you were on the highest sugar high possible that ended in an explosive heart attack that you were conscious for the entire time, you turn that into a form of media, that's what this is. This was just go, go, go the entire time, with a lot of great bright colors. We got 3 of them here. I guess they're all one unit or something. But yeah, I'm feeling like they're also, I mean, they've got to be artificially made as well. And this person from the previous trailer, Agalia, they call her Aggie, so Aggie, probably created since they work for her. But man, this was just with the Team Rocket reference in the beginning, out of nowhere. That was something, I guess. Triplets of Fate, okay. Yeah, I don't know. This was just like a sugar high Mario Party fun time, I guess. The different personalities between them were cool. You know, hats off to the voice actor. I believe I have seen this character's face before, and I think it was why am I drawing a blank? I'm drawing a blank. It's oh yeah, if you know Sayu, yeah, it's this is his wife. So and he voices, like I said, various characters in Honkai Star Rail and Genshin. Or this is his partner, rather, I should say. Yeah. Anyway, that is, I mean, yeah, this was just, yeah, a cotton candy explosion. Fun, sure. All right. Mydei trailer? I don't know how to say this name. My apologies. This is the last one. Oh, I'm good. Okay, missed that.
It is time. Make your choice.
Jesus.
The day will come when your back bears the mark of your demise. Make your choice.
Okay. You got it, boss. Let me see what it said in the very beginning here. He wielded the fury of man to seize the authority of gods. Nice quote. It's like if you took Ether from Genshin Impact and threw him into God of War. And then he becomes this. This was a wild... This was a wild character trailer. Oh my god. And also, by far, the most brutal. I think the one that was previously to this that was probably very intense was... I mean, I guess you could say bootleg because there was a lot of like shooting and killing in that one, but I would say Blade. Blade was probably the darkest one next to this. This one takes it to a whole another level. The Last Prince. Oh man. Okay. I can't help the ideas that I'm having. Anyway, not that I will talk about that now. This was crazy. This was, if the last one was just like a sugar rush, this one was straight up testosterone. This went ham with just manly. It's like I just watched freaking 300. Yeah. No, I mean that was crazy. That was absolutely insane. Between the music, the color choice, oh man, just the lack of color with the burst effects, with the red just like that's shining, that's overly bright to the point where like the sharpening effect is taking place, actually just blaring through. I know blaring is usually used for noise, but I can hear the visual effects that are happening in this. Oh man, this was wild. Oh, the freaking crystals everywhere. Oh man. Okay. Oh, a lot of dark imagery in this one. A lot of intense imagery. A lot of yeah, like he said he is strife. There was strife in this. I get it, man. Crazy. Skulls, you have skulls all over the place. You're bleeding gold, which tells me you're kind of a god or the equivalent of one. All right. You do you. Yeah. Okay. That's all I have to really say about that. I'm just going to wrap this up here, I guess. Everyone, if you watched through all of this, thank you so much for doing so. I appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. I've never watched these before, and I'm glad that I finally did. I feel like even though I watched these, if I ever did decide to go back to playing Honkai Star Rail, I could still do so and very much enjoy it. I don't think anything that was thrown at me is like a huge spoiler. Like, sure, I know what the Herta looks like now. And then there was that Kitsune girl. Sure. I don't know if they're major plot points to stories, though, or if they're just two character stories. I guess they could have happened in stories. There's also the Firefly thing. All right, so there's a few things that happened in here, but I don't think that would ever deter me from playing if I ever decide to go back. Not that I plan to do so anytime soon, but I have to say that this was a lot of fun. I love the styles that they use throughout all of these. Some more so than others, obviously. The music for like 90% of the time was great. I would say even more than 90% of the time, it was great. And everything, for the most part, was very, very, very visually appealing. Honkai Star Rail is a beautiful looking game. And yeah, and some of these character trailers even got me a little, they made me think. They made me think. And if they didn't make me think, they made me feel something, whether it be joy or spooked or even some melancholic moments. You know what I mean? Like, this was a good time. This was a good time. These were great trailers, and I'm glad that I finally got around to watching them. I know more will probably come out in the future, obviously, as they do. I'll probably wait for some to build up again and then make future videos doing that. But if there are other Honkai Star Rail related things that you would like me to react to, then let me know in the comments down below and share your thoughts on some of these characters. I don't necessarily care about meta and stuff. I know I asked some questions, but I'm not going to utilize them, let's be honest, because I'm not playing the game. But tell me what you like about Honkai Star Rail, if you play it. Tell me what you like about these characters. Are any of these characters your favorite? Are there characters that I didn't see that you really like? But that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know by liking it, dropping a comment down below, and subscribing if you haven't done so already. You can also check out the description for additional ways of how to support me. Every little bit counts. And that's it. Until next time, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.